welcome back to the Grow and Keep It show, your favorite show for all things hair health, hair growth, and your host is back. So I've been in LA for these past few days, so it's definitely been a bit of a hectic change in schedule, but I'm super excited to talk with y'all about my everyday hair care routine. Now, obviously I have a different hair type, but one thing I do love about our brand the most is that our products can be used on all hair types because every single hair type can benefit from having a really amazing healthy hair care routine. Now, the reason why I bring up LA, not just to brag on y'all, I'm just kidding, but also to talk about the fact that in LA, we had so many customers come up to us being like, can I use this product? Is this product only for specific hair types? Now, what I love about our brand is that you can really use all different types of products and still find something for yourself here within our product line specifically. So I'm going to talk about my personal everyday hair care routine. You can also follow along because I will be giving out tips specifically for other hair types, but let's get into it. So I'm going to pretend as if I just started my wash day. Fun fact, I actually washed my hair last night because girl, like, ooh, I've been taking a lot of dance classes lately, so my hair has been feeling a little bit greasy, a little bit sweaty lately. So I do like to put my hair up in a little style right before I wash my hair, just because I feel like I can do a lot more with our edge control, which I'll be talking about in just a little bit. But one thing I like to do in order to just detangle my hair gently, as y'all know, our edge control, she's a bit of a bad girl, okay? She likes to roll around, misbehave a little bit, so I'm just gonna try and situate her. Or maybe I'll just hold her, I don't know, I'll situate her like this. But specifically with our hydrating mist, I love to start off with it right before I enter into the shower. Now, our hydrating mist is going to come in so clutch, especially for the fall time, because it is really giving autumn over here in New York. These first few weeks they were playing, it was really hot, but now it's pretty cold, so that's why it's really important to maintain hydration and moisture, especially in the colder months, because your skin and your hair can get a lot drier during these particular seasons. Now, what I love about our hydrating mist is that it's multi-purpose. So it's not only a leave-in conditioner, it's not only really great for redefining your hair texture if you're a textured hair girly, but it's also an amazing detangler. Detangling your hair can be a very damaging process if you don't do it correctly, or if you're just being very aggressive with your hair. And that's why it's always important to be very gentle with your hair, not only with just our ingredients, but also with the way that you take your hair down too. So specifically when I'm taking my hair out of style, whether it be braids, a cute little updo, or maybe even just a plain slick back, one thing I like to do to soften my hair is go in with the hydrating mist. This has so many incredible ingredients like aloe vera and avocado oil, so I feel like you really do get the best of both worlds. You get both hydration and moisture at the same time, so you're getting like a really nice hair care sandwich in just this one product. So what I like to do is I like to spritz it on my hair, and then I take a detangling brush just to really work through the ends. Now, pro tip, regardless of what hair type you have, it's always important to start from the bottom and then work your way up, because that way you're getting ahead of the tangles, and as you go further down and down and down on your hair, you're not causing any excess damage. Because if you were to start from the top, you're trying to get through all of these tangles, and low-key, that's what makes it really painful, that's what makes it not enjoyable. So I like to start from the bottom to prevent any excess damage and then work my way up. So let me know in the comments down below if y'all do that as well. But I love our hydrating mist to detangle my hair first. Now, I always forget, but guys, if you haven't already, please go ahead and use our discount code, which is 15GROWHAIR at checkout. That is 15GROWHAIR at checkout, so that y'all can get an amazing deal on your hair care. Because listen, as a broke college student just a couple years ago, I know that, you know, finances were a little bit tough, especially nowadays, and sometimes finances really got in the way of me achieving my healthy hair goals. So I do absolutely love that we love to put y'all on a cute little discount, so definitely use that at checkout. So I like to go in with our hydrating mist. If you have, I would say, curly or coily hair, I definitely would recommend that you use this throughout the week, especially if you like to style your hair naturally, or even if it's in braids, because again, hydration can only do so much for your hair if you're not locking it in, or if you aren't doing it consistently, right? Especially in these colder months, or if you live in a more dry climate, it's important to hydrate your hair regularly. So if you find that your hair feels a little bit dry throughout the week, just do a little spritz, a little boom boom boom. I really do love our hydrating mist and the way that it applies so evenly, and it's also very refreshing too. So if you just recently got a protective style done, maybe you just got braids done, this is a great way to alleviate any sort of scalp irritation. Now, one thing I do like to do, speaking of my wash day, before I hop into the shower, because of my hair type specifically, I like to apply our Scalp Stimulator a few hours or even the night before, just to really maximize the benefits of the Scalp Stimulator and massage it in for 3 to 5 minutes. So again, because I have straight hair, I can't have too much product in my hair all at once. It absorbs product like crazy. But if you do have, low porosity hair or maybe even curly or coily hair, you can use this multiple times throughout the week. Or if you have little to no hair on your scalp, maybe let's say you have alopecia, we are in the midst of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so if you are trying to recover from therapy, I definitely would recommend to use this several times a week. But again, because of my hair type, I have to leave it in for a few hours and wash it out because my scalp and hair can only take so much. So I like to apply the Scalp Stimulator, massage it in for 3 to 5 minutes and wash it out. And I feel like it just leaves my scalp feeling so moisturized, and also helps to encourage hair growth as well. I personally really struggle with very thin edges. My hair has always been thin all my life, but of course, as I get older and as I get more stressed, unfortunately, sometimes that can affect hair loss. That's why I really like to be very proactive about my hair care and use my Scalp Stimulator at least 1 to 2 times a week for my hair specifically. But of course, if you have curly or coily hair, I would recommend that you do it about 3 to 4 times a week, depending on your hair type and your comfortability level. Because some people do write in saying that applying it 3 to 4 times a week might be too much. So of course, do it at your own pace, do what feels right for you. We do have guidelines, but that doesn't mean you always have to follow them to the T. So speaking of getting out of the shower, let me just put this up again because our hydrating mist is here to protect her. Getting out of the shower, my hair, and actually that's the reason why I have it in a bun, because I just recently washed my hair. My hair loses moisture so quickly, guys. I'm telling you right now, I put on a lot of hair elixir in my hair and I feel like it just absorbs it so quickly and it leaves so quickly. That's literally what it's like having high porosity hair, right? So one thing I like to do in order to really lock in that hydration and make my strands feel a lot healthier is applying the hair elixir. This is really one of my favorite products because it locks in the hydration so well. And water only stays in your hair for so long if you have high porosity hair. So that's why it's really important to apply a layer that's going to lock it all in, like our hair elixir. It has incredible ingredients like Jamaican black castor oil and vitamin E. So even if you don't have high porosity hair, this is still a really great way to moisturize the ends of your hair, because I always say the ends of your hair are the oldest part of your hair, okay? Just like your grandma, just like that one pair of shorts that you have from middle school, like you gotta take care of it, right? So that's why I really love our hair elixir, because it locks in all of that moisture and it also strengthens the ends of your hair too. Of course, as your hair gets longer, it can be more prone to damage. So that's why it's really important to protect it with things like our hair elixir. Speaking of other hair types, this can also be used as a hot oil treatment, or you can even use it to take down your braids as a pre-poo. So if you're taking down a style and you want to be very gentle with it, I not only recommend to go in with our hair elixir, our hydrating mist, but also our hair elixir too. I've seen people use it as a pre-poo for their braids when they do a takedown. So in order to have a very gentle takedown, I definitely would recommend our hair elixir because it softens up the hair and it makes it more slippery, so that detangling and taking the style down can be a lot easier. Also, it can be used as a heat protectant. I feel like all hair types use hot tools in some way, shape, or form, whether it be a curling iron, whether it be a flat iron, whether it be a blow dryer, whatever the case may be, or even a diffuser. I feel like the hair elixir will really come in clutch, especially because silk press season is here, baby girl, okay? All of the girls have been popping out with their silk presses, and we want to keep it silky, not crispy, okay? So before you even touch your hair with that flat iron, it's important to go in with our hair elixir. Y'all know the Dominican hair salons, they do not play about that round brush, okay? I've seen many videos where they're like boom, boom, boom. So that's why it's really important that as they do each and every pass, that you are protecting your hair, because of course, excessive heat can really cause a lot of damage. That's why it's important to be proactive and stay ready so you never have to get ready with something like our hair elixir. Now, speaking of my more so like everyday hair care routine, I really love my edge control, okay? Our edge control was really one of the first products that I fell in love with, because trust and believe, guys, before I even started working at Bask and Lather, I've always been a hair care makeup girly, and one thing that I really did not like about other gels specifically is that they took too long to dry, okay? I hate having to wait for a gel to dry because it's like, places to go, people to see, okay? I'm a New Yorker. I'm always in a rush. Gotta catch that train. So specifically with our edge control, I love that it dries very quickly. You still have some time to manipulate the style, especially if you like to do swoops with your edges, but I do love that our edge control doesn't take too long to dry. And on top of that, it has very nourishing ingredients because, fun fact, a lot of other gels on the market have very drying ingredients like alcohols. Now, again, not all alcohols are made equally, but some can be very, very drying and damaging for your scalp and your hair. So that's why it's really important to find something that's going to style your edges and lay them down so that, lay them down, but also not dry them out at the same time, because of course, once they start to dry out, they start to thin out, they start to break off, and you're gonna get a lot more real estate on that forehead, okay? I've had a 5 head all my life, okay? I do not wanna increase the size of it, because at that point, I'm going to get a real estate agent. But specifically with our edge control, I do love that it has really nourishing ingredients like argan oil and castor oil. This is something that I use not only on my eyebrows, but I also like to use it on my hair whenever I do a slick back, because I love me a slick back. It's very quick, it is very easy, and it's just a great way to hide the fact that, girl, I need to do my wash day. Like, let me know in the comments down below if you love to really elongate the wear time of your slick back, because trust and believe that this will have you locked in for at least 24 hours, okay? I do not recommend to go longer than a couple days because, girl, scalp health is hair health. But I do love our edge control. That is something that I use on a daily basis. And of course, it is something that works for all hair types from 1A to 4C, and it's multi-purpose too. So it can be used as an edge control gel, of course, for your baby hairs. It can be used for a slick back, a lock retwisting gel, which a lot of people don't know about because a lot of people ask about that, a braiding gel, and an eyebrow gel too. I really do love this as an eyebrow gel. Like, I love that it does not flake up, because trust and believe, another thing I did not like about things like soap brows is that it starts to flake up and turn white. Like, why is my eyebrow hair changing color? Hello. So let me get into something else that I really want to talk about, is our Grow and Glow liquid vitamins. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I was just in LA a few days ago, and that's a whole 6-hour flight, right? Like, I'm telling you, travel really does something to the body. It makes you feel very, very tired. But regardless, even if you don't travel as much as I do, energy levels is so important, right? Especially as you're getting older, as you're an adult, you start to get a little bit more tired throughout the day. So I love that our Grow and Glow liquid vitamins has vitamin B12 in it, which is not only great for your energy levels, you'll find it in a lot of energy drinks, but it's also very amazing for increasing blood flow throughout your body so that you're having more blood flow to your hair follicles. On top of that, I love a multi-purpose product because it helps me cut down on things that I spend. So I love that it has things like MSM, biotin, and collagen so that you have healthy hair, skin, and nails, okay? My nails are very, very chopped, I will say, okay, because your girl went a little bit too crazy with the press-ons, but I love that this can address so many things at the same time, and it's very easy to consume too. I don't know about y'all, but I really do not like chalky vitamins. So I love that this has like a light cherry taste, and it's also very easy to consume too. You just take 1 drop and boom, you're ready to go. All you have to do is just that 1 dropper full on an empty stomach and you are set to go for the day. Now, I have been thinking of moving away from lash extensions for a little bit just because I feel like they've been thinning out my lashes lately. As you can see, I still have my set on from about like 2-3 weeks ago. But regardless, one thing I do like to do on a daily or nightly basis is going to be using our Volume and Eyebrow Lash Serum. Now, a lot of people actually don't know, and they're like, "Ooh, girl, I use Scalp Stimulator on my lashes," and I'm like, "Lord, please." Do not use, I repeat, do not use the Scalp Stimulator on your eyelashes or your eyebrows because it contains peppermint, okay? Peppermint smells really good, but it can also be an irritant, especially when you place it close to your eyes. So that's why we recommend to get our Volume and Eyebrow Lash Serum. I actually just recently watched a video of somebody who used another popular lash growth brand, and it really affected the look of her eyes. It looked a little bit more puffy, or it looked a little bit more dark, and that's because sometimes some lash serums and brow serums have things like prostaglandins in them, right? Prostaglandins, even though they aren't necessarily harmful per se, excess usage of them or even excess in the formulation can be very harmful to your under eyes. It can cause them to look sunken in and dark. And listen, baby girl, I'm trying to look revived every single day, okay? That's why I really love our Volume and Eyebrow Lash Serum. It's great for both your lashes and your eyebrows too. So if you do feel like you're struggling in the brow department like myself, I like to apply this not late at night, but I go to sleep late at night. But right before I go to sleep, okay, I do a little boom boom full boom on my eyelashes and my eyebrows, and I'm ready to go. Even though we do say to use this at night, low-key sometimes I like to put it on in the day too, just to give my eyebrows a little bit of a shine. But that is essentially my daily hair care routine. Definitely let me know in the comments down below if you found any of these tips helpful, and we'll catch you next time. Right before I head out, if you haven't already, go ahead and give us a follow and turn on your post notifications. Bye y'all, we'll catch you next time.